Let's take a look. This is world first level 60 right here. Wait, he literally took the time to run to a city? He took the time to run to a city and get into like a raid group. Bro, instead of just dinging, what a beast. Well, congrats to Vitochi. Absolute monster. Absolute monster. Now, there are a few things people have been saying about Vitochi. One, he leveled without a camera and without a mic the entire time. So people are like, well, he's cheating. Well, maybe he's cheating. Maybe he's not cheating. We don't know. But what I will say is Vitochi played in our duel tournament that Mitch and I hosted, like a month ago, 3 weeks ago. And he played in the duel tournament really well. I remember being impressed by his plays. I know he's a good player. He streamed the whole thing start to finish. If someone else took his place, then they would have had to use the same exact keybinds as Vitochi and also not die the entire time. Also, Vitochi has friends that have been saying he's been preparing and planning for this for the past couple of months. So I guess it's up to you guys. Is Vitochi, did he do it legit or did he cheat? Personally, if you're asking my personal opinion, I think he did it legit. I think my man went absolutely stupid hard for 5 days straight or however long it was and got world first. What's VoIP? It stands for Voice over Internet
Xaryu.
Protocol.
You're a big inspiration. Less than 3 the host has
Oh,
well.
that's Vitochi. Yo, grats on world first, bro. Dude, you're a 3-month sub. Let's freaking go. Yo, boys, can we get some W's in the chat for Vitochi? Wait, yo, Vitochi, do you want to hop on Discord for a sec? I have some questions for you. What's up, dude? Congrats.
Yo, thanks. It still hasn't sunk in yet, to be honest.
Wait, dude, how did you get... Did someone drag you in this channel? Or did you just have access to this channel?
No, I got dragged.
You got
Yeah, I
dragged?
got dragged.
Okay, one of my mods is insane. Holy crap. All right. Yeah, so congrats, man. So you did... how many hours straight? Like, what was your slash played when you actually hit level 60?
It was like just below 70. I think it was like 69.50 something. So yeah, it was kind of insane.
Wait, hold on. 69.50?
It's something around there. I haven't checked the exact time, but
69
yeah.
hours and 50 minutes.
Yeah, it was about that.
Okay, what is that in day? Everyone's saying 69 nice. What is that in days? Hold on, 69 divided by 24. So 2.8 days played.
Yeah.
Almost, well, more closer to 3, I guess, from the 50. Wow. That is really, really, really fast. That's insane.
The weird thing is, so like I used to do some degen stuff back in the day, but I haven't like full on degened in a long time, pulling like over 24 hours or anything like that. So I didn't know I had this in me, to be honest, but definitely like towards the end when I saw the support and stuff like that, it just like kept me going.
Sick,
so,
dude.
Yeah, I think the hardest part for me, and I don't know if anyone else has done this. I mean, probably not because it's not really human. But when you do like these long sessions and you take these naps and whatnot, when you wake up for like those first 3 hours, like you feel like you're about to die. But when you get through that like 3-hour session, it surprisingly gets better. So yeah, for me, not taking frequent naps was the key.
So walk me through, so Hardcore WoW came out Thursday, 3 p.m. PST. Walk me through your actual schedule for people that didn't follow it start to finish. Like you did say 24 hours sleep, 24 hours sleep, or was it more like, did you go 30 hours and take, like, yeah, so walk me through that.
All right, so I guess at first, let's just say this, is I was planning on not streaming at all. So I got into speedrunning about 4 months ago, and it was all because the current PC I have, the power supply on it broke, and I was waiting to get shipped the power supply. But I had this like broken down piece of crap PC, and it was able to run classic. And that was pretty much it, because I'm a retail guy for the most part.
Oh, no shot. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I ended up getting into classic because that's all I could play, and found like some of the Rested XP stuff, and started watching Tommy Salami and K Super, who are pretty big speedrunners. So I started doing that a bunch, and that's how I got into the classic speedrunning. But yeah, so for the launch, I was planning on not streaming at all. And then once I got to 18, a bunch of my guildies on retail and my friends were asking for me to stream. And I didn't know what place I was in yet because like I knew I could be fast, but I didn't expect to get world first at all. I wasn't even competing for it, to be honest with you.
What? That's wild.
Yeah, I just wanted to like I did say I wanted to be like top 10, but like I figured I would be able to do that because mages are pretty good in general.
Right.
And
yeah.
I thought like a mage, if there's, it really all came down to layering. I was thinking if like all us mages were going to be competing or not. Luckily that was not the case for me. But yeah, so I had no plan for sleep at all. I was kind of just winging the whole thing, to be honest. But as soon as I got word that I was like ahead, I think I don't even know when my first sleep session was. Like I'd have to pull up my my VODs, but I think I did 30 hours the first session, and then I went again into like a maintenance, and then I took another 1 hour nap.
1 hour nap after 30 hours.
Well, no, so the first one, sorry, that was a bit off. The first one I did 3 hours, like 3.5 hours of sleep. And then I went again into like the 8 or 9 o'clock of maintenance, my time. Okay. And then I did another 1 hour. And then I went like all the way to 40 something. And then I took another 4 hours. And then I finished the rest of it from there.
Talk to me on like your like
20 hours.
Food and hydration. Were you the type of guy, were you going hard on energy drinks, or were you going just like water all the way, or coffee? What did that look like? That is nuts.
So I was actually watching, this is a weird one. I was watching this guy, Diego Soros. He's an Apex player. And he was like preparing for like the launch of like Apex thing. And I saw him like get some protein shakes like from just the store. And I was like, oh, maybe I'll do that for the hardcore re-release. And so I just went and got a bunch of protein shakes. And then there's another guy named Grace for Days. He's a classic streamer.
Yeah.
And he was talking about how on the launch, he was only going to eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for like the first 2 months.
Dude.
And so I don't like jelly. I'm kind of weird. And so I had peanut butter sandwiches like the first 2 days of this. And I had a bunch of protein shakes and just water. That was all I was having.
No caffeine at all.
No caffeine.
30. Okay, I actually think that might have something to do with it being viable as a strat though, because caffeine, it amps you, but then you crash, right? With no caffeine, that actually might have been 5 head, because you could stay steady longer, potentially.
Like so like right now I just woke up. I'm having like black coffee. Like I usually have black coffee, so like I don't know how the caffeine would have affected me or not, but like I didn't want to take any risk. And I also had like a bunch of monsters that I got just in case, but
you didn't like crack into a single monster.
No, I didn't.
Bro, if I was 60 hours into leveling, I would be cracking all of everything, man. That is nuts.
Yeah, I didn't know how my body was gonna take it. So I didn't want to risk it at that point. And I'm glad I didn't. Like, I still don't know how it would have been. Maybe it wouldn't have changed anything, but I didn't want to risk anything.
Okay, and you don't have to answer this if you don't feel comfortable. It's all good either way. But a lot of people are wondering why the no mic for the stream.
Oh yeah, so I got a Blue Yeti mic, and it's like on a stand, and I usually play with it on my retail raids and whatnot, and it's just kind of I don't know, like if any other streamers have this, but having like a mic in front of your face, it's kind of annoying. With the arm comes across like my left arm where my keyboard is, and I just genuinely don't like playing with the mic in front of me. And again, I didn't plan on streaming in the beginning, so I was just gonna do my own pace to 60. So I just ended up not running a mic, and at the same time I was like, even if I was using my mic, I'm not gonna be sitting there commentating like for 70 hours while my brain is completely fried. Yeah, I don't think I think it takes like some of your energy away. You're also trying to make content at that point. When I was doing it for myself, like none of this was to make content for anyone. I know that's probably upsetting to some people, but it was a personal thing. Like, I played WoW for a long time now. I've never won or done good at anything. So getting this win for myself was something I kind of needed, to be honest.
Dude, that's sick. Yeah, no, I totally feel that. I mean, as someone who streams all the time, I get it 100%. A lot of people in the chat might be like, not understanding that, but that makes a lot of sense. Streaming talking for 70 hours is a lot different than streaming not talking for 70 hours. Not talking for 70 hours, you can kind of just get into like a zone, kind of do your thing. Like streaming while talking for 70 hours is a much different like thing. So yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
because I when I started streaming initially, it was just mainly to like I have like 3 viewers and they're all my buddies, and surprisingly, even just that like wore me out. Like it'd be like I could go like 16 hours fine of gaming, like pretty degen, and then now when I'm streaming, it feels like after 12 hours or 10 hours, I have a massive headache. It's just it's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
the difference.
Okay. So now that you're level 60 and no one else is 60, what are you actually planning on doing on your character for the next few weeks while everyone else is leveling?
Bro, I don't know actually. That's what I was like thinking to myself. Like
I was thinking about this morning.
Probably do some professions, try and unlock the prerequisite quest and whatnot, but yeah, I genuinely have no idea. Like I didn't expect any of this to happen.
I was thinking like at 60 you would normally go for pre-raid bis, right? You'd start doing dungeons, you'd grind it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're the only one 60, that's not gonna happen for a little bit.
Someone did hit me up in my Twitch DMs, and I don't know if this is true or not, but he said that someone got a staff of Jordan and wants to sell it to me. So like,
that'd be sick.
I'd take that, but other than that, like, yeah, I'd probably just do professions and stuff. I don't. People are probably like wanting me to go farm Black Lotus and whatnot, but that doesn't sound too fun, to be honest.
Yeah. Do you have anything else to say to the people that think it might not be legit in terms of account sharing and stuff like that? For the record, I mean, I don't have any reason to necessarily think that, but a lot of people seem to be saying that. Or are you more just saying, if you don't want to believe me, it's all cool, I did it for myself, kind of a dealio?
It's kind of just if you don't believe me, like, there's gonna be doubters no matter what I say, to be honest. Like, I don't think anything I say is gonna change it. It's just like, you can believe like what you want. It doesn't. Luckily, like, I didn't know I was gonna take all the negativity, but I guess fortunately it didn't actually affect me at all, and it was kind of fueling, if anything.
Good for you, man. Yeah, I mean, just to put into perspective, Joker, when he went world first in 2019, there was a lot of, like, he didn't have a cam on for most of it, or a lot of it, and a lot of people thought he was account sharing for the same reason. Like, oh, there's no way someone could play for that long, and Joker got all the same stuff. So just if you didn't know that, that's how that happened.
Yeah, I think to my knowledge, like, so did Tommy Slamy at first when he started streaming, and he's way faster than me. Like, I don't know, a lot of you guys have probably seen he got the like world record for hardcore mage, and it's 58 hours.
I wonder why
and stuff.
That's wild. A lot
of people were saying he had a DC death at like level 12 or something. Very tragic.
Yeah, that's tough. That's really annoying.
Yeah, no, definitely a bit tragic on his end, but yeah, he was pretty much my the person that I watched the most, and I know he watched Joker before me, so start a little train maybe here.
So I didn't have the pleasure to watch the whole thing because I was streaming myself. What was your strategy? I mean, you could kind of just like speed run this in terms of like what you did, like 1 to 15, I'm assuming was some type of mob grinding and quest. And then like once you got to 20 something, it was all AoE from there, right? Like what was the strategy kind of with your leveling strat?
All right, so, well, I guess there is a guide on RXP, and it's from Tommy, and he just released it, and it's an advanced guide. So I watched his stream a lot, and I ended up taking away like everything that he did from the advanced guide, and I also was using RXP the whole way. And yeah, I mean, I literally was planning on having some helpers. So my dad helped me surprisingly from 1 to 7. And he was level 1 as a hunter. He helped me mob tag all the way up to level 7.
Wait, your dad in real life helped you level to 7?
Yep. He's the one that got me in the WoW when I was younger.
What did your dad think about World First if he got you into WoW?
I think everyone is just shook right now in my family. Like, everyone was concerned about my hours, but yeah everyone's just surprised. Because, I mean, yeah, it's kind of crazy the popularity that this is getting. And then I was gonna have my brother help me at level 10 in Darkshore, but he ended up dying at level 7 before we could meet up.
So he failed the brother help there. Oh, that's tough.
Yeah,
Oh,
he hasn't played much Classic. I tried to get him into like speedrunning and whatnot, but he wasn't much into it. But I asked him and my dad to help me on the launch, and they were kind enough to. And yeah, he was beat up about himself. And this was like before any of this was happening, where I was in first place or any of it. He was like all pissed off that he died at level 7 and couldn't help me anymore. But yeah, other than that, there's no other special tricks. I just followed the guide, and I had a bunch of practice like the last 3 months for speed leveling. I didn't have much practice from 40 to 60, but from like 1 to 40, I did probably like, I don't know, 10 runs or something like that of just like full-on speed running. So I had a fair amount of practice.
And that was all in the last like 3 to 4 months on that like crappy PC?
So I got into it initially on the crappy PC, but then once I got the part, then I just like my new power supply with my new computer. Then I just kept on playing Classic and getting hooked on it, which made me a lot worse of a retail player, to be honest.
Oh yeah, whatever you practice, man. Well, that is sick. Is there anything else that maybe I didn't mention that you wanna say about your experience 1 to 60? I don't know, the delirious nights, the grind. I don't know, anything else that I missed?
Nothing too much. I just wanted to thank you and like all the chat for the support and stuff, like you getting a host. And I've watched your stream for years. Like, dude, you're awesome. And
I'm glad
I'm
you
gonna
enjoy it,
continue
man.
to watch. So yeah, that's pretty much it on my end though.
Sick. Well, GG's. Oh yeah, one final thought. Any close encounters? I know someone said you disconnected in the 50s, came back in and health potted and barely lived or something.
Yeah. So I was doing a logout skip in lock mode on, and that logout skip takes you to Badlands.
Yeah.
And when I did that, my loading screen was fully loaded, but my character, like, it wasn't complete. And I heard my character getting hit by a bird. And I sat there for like 10 seconds, nothing was happening. So I just alt F4'd, and then luckily my computer booted up the WoW stuff fast, and I was able to get in, and I had sub 20% HP. And thank God the mob that was hitting me was like a green mob.
Right.
So it wasn't like doing too much damage, but yeah, that was my closest encounter by far.
And was there any like crazy pulls with it? I mean, you've probably did what, tens of thousands of pulls, or like 10,000 pulls or something. Was there any pull that was like really sus, or if it was getting close, you would just abort the pull and re-pull?
I aborted for the most part. There's probably a few sketchy pulls doing the Tanaris Pirates, and then also the Murlocs and Dustswallow are that no one enjoys doing that. Like until you're level 40, that's probably like the worst place ever is the Dustswallow Murlocs.
Dude, I did that. I have a video of myself doing the Murlocs that I uploaded onto YouTube in like 2007, I think. So like 13, geez, how long ago? 16 years ago.
Yeah, I did hear Mitch is pretty good at Murlocs, but
yeah, he's been grinding that for a similar amount of time.
Yeah, I watched his death, which was pretty funny, but yeah, that place is terrible.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, congrats again. GG's. Thanks for taking the time to chat. And I don't know, man. I think that's pretty sick regardless. So yeah, GG's.
Yeah, thanks, man. Have a good stream.
All right, peace. Boys, that's Vitochi. That's Vitochi, world first mage. Let me link his stream. It's /Vitochi R1. I think that's the stream. Let me double check. It is. That is the stream. There we go, boys. That is massive. Massive. Yo, Ding 27. There we go.